Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
Are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
Are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
Are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
Are the aspirants.
blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Hello, everyone. Welcome you all back once again to the Queen's Legacy series. We are up and going for the second match. The first match, as you can see on the scoreboard, is already, of course, DQ'd. One of the sides was DQ'd. So, yeah, here we are in the second match. I'm your caster, Fredo. Alongside me is Debbie. And we're going to be casting the match for Powerpuff Girls versus Pink Lemonade.
Yep. These are, I would say they are already known teams because of this Queen Legacy series, because of course they have been playing to the upper brackets and have been knocked down here into the lower brackets. So it is a do or die situation for both of them. Best of one. It is very crucial that they are able to grab this win to be alive in this tournament so far. So let's see what they're gonna be doing here, because Powerpuff Girls, they have that first pick, and Pink Lemonade, with the consistency, they're going to be having the red side yet again. So the bans are in. Bane Kadita always got to be removed. Meanwhile, for Pink Lemonade, Lunox kind of isn't that much of an importance, but I think it's more of a focus onto the side of Powerpuff Girls, a hero pool, and the Angela, of course.
Yep, definitely. These picks are going to power them up, especially if they decide to go for the Angela. But it's banned. So yeah,
Mm.
banning is of course a very good choice when you decide to go for a comp of the Angela that you're giving to the enemy, because if you are going to fight, then you know that they will always have that Angela ultimate. You try to gank, then Angela always has the ultimate to protect the side laners. That's why I feel like Angela is kind of a very vulnerable choice against uh, pick off comps. So yeah, if you are going for a pick off composition, then Angela is definitely something that you have to ban out. So let's see if that is the case here. In the case of Pink Lemonade, are they trying to go here for a pick off comp, or is this just because Angela is of course very good in this meta? From the other side
Mm.
though, Powerpuff Girls first pick CC, very obvious, nothing out of the ordinary, like usual. But yeah, let's see what Pink Lemonade pick up here. They can pick up two. Landstar is open, and of course the YSS is also open. But
Oh.
yeah, will they pick that up? Okay, they go for Vexana first.
Vexana. I'm pretty unsure if Vexana is gonna be good here or not, but I'm not really the best. How should I say? A fan of a Vexana first pick, because most of the time the Vexana gets countered quite easily, and it's more important for them to go for those jungle first so that it will not be bent away. But then again, it's still okay, because now that they have Alucard for the side of Pink Lemonade, there might be an answer coming through for Powerpuff Girl here too, because prior to this meta, the Alucard kind of worked, but it is weak against those high crowd control composition. So you got to be careful under the Alucard, and it's more of a situational last pick more rather than a first pick. So I want to see how it'll be working out. But meanwhile, for Powerpuff Girls, they're gonna be debuting the Zetian into the Land of Dawn this time around, especially in Queen's Legacy series. We're gonna be having a utility into the mid side. This is a lot of crowd control as well as a poke. So this might be something that they can work around with because of the presence of the Carmilla as well. But hey, on the other hand, it's gonna be the Alucard plus a support combination.
Yep. And yeah, with that Alucard and support combination is of course really good, especially in this in this meta where the healing is definitely a favorable thing. But of course, crowd control will not be coming in.
Mm.
They have banned out the Fredrin, so I think against the rest of the picks, it can still work. But I think they might want to ban out the Bakshia as well, because of
Oh.
course a healing comp is definitely, of course, up against the Bakshia. It does not really perform very good. So Bakshia could be a good ban here from the side of Pink Lemonade. Meanwhile, look at the other side. Powerpuff Girls have banned out the Granger. I'm not really sure if the Granger is ban worthy actually. But because you know that you can counter it with the Irithel. The Irithel is still open. So I'm not really sure, why they have decided to go for this. But like I was saying,
Mm.
I feel like Pink Lemonade here should ban out the Bakshia if they want to play this game, because, like I said, it's not going to be good to pick up healers against a Bakshia. But okay, they go for
Oh.
Hanabi. Oh my god.
Okay. I think it's more of a thread that they wanted to remove out the Hanabi because of the because of I don't know, man. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
let's make it because I think it's more of the purify that you have, and of course, Hanabi is a very, very good hero for the late game if it is in a good protected area. But this kind of hasn't been the case. Hanabi doesn't really win it out. I'm pretty unsure why Pink Lemonade have to remove it. But nevertheless, respecting their decisions, I think Powerpuff Girls are also electing the eliminating the choices of gold laners here. So Pink Lemonade are kind of in a pickle. They got to decide what gold lane they are gonna go for because still the Ruby is a flex. It can go into the XP lane and the gold lane as well, which is highly unlikely because they don't have any reasons in. So Powerpuff Girls, they have a jungle. I would recommend a marksman jungle, highly possible for the Yi Sun to appear against the Alucard, but it's still gonna be very, very vulnerable. Never mind, Fanny. Yet again, I think it's a corset onto the Fanny. Yesterday, she hasn't been able to find the right targeting or even the right kill pressure that the Fanny kind of provides. So I think this time around it could have been a very, very different story. So let's see what she can do with this because Pink Lemonade, they got the last pick. Moskov still available.
Definitely. They can go for the Moscow if they want. I will still feel like, there are more choices as well. Harriet is open. And along with that, if you talk about Bruno, okay, here we're seeing a Sitar goal lane. It is definitely a very, very scary move to pull off in a tournament, but we're here to witness Pink Lemonade do the bravest thing that I can see in a long time. So yeah, let's see if this Sitar will work out or not. For me, I'm not really like I can't really say that this Sitar is a very good pick here. But I'll say, let's see. Let's leave it to the player to execute it, and then we might want to talk more about how this might play out. But yeah, with that, Pink Lemonade up against Powerpuff Girls, both the teams have locked in their heroes. Debbie, what's your final call about this draft?
Ah, I mean, I may be a little bit too used to the normal picks from male tournaments and even in this tournament. So I think Powerpuff Girls have in the bag, but it will be dependent on the performance of Cassette onto this Fanny yet again because yesterday I don't think she won ways for the good Fanny gameplays. The early aggression wasn't there because it was mainly stopped by the opponent's side. But then again, Pink Lemonade, they do have a lot of ways to answer to this Fanny pick because of the Ruby and the main sitar.
The
But yeah,
enemy
I think it
reaches the
can work out for both of
battlefield.
the teams.
Smash them.
Yep.
All troops
And yo,
deployed.
here we are in the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. Powerpuff Girls going up against Pink Lemonade. And of course, the best of one series, so there can be no mistakes afforded here by either side. And with that, this is of course the lower brackets as well. So yeah, the one who loses will be of course getting eliminated tonight. Who will it be? Let's find out. Powerpuff Girls versus Pink Lemonade. And looking at the lineups, like I said, I'm not really a big fan of this Mincetar goal lane. But if it works, then damn, I'll be really interested to try it out myself as well.
Maybe you might, but the fighter into the goal lane is a meta, but the fighter in question got to be something very tanky, like the Lapu Lapus, like the CCs, even the Esmeralda, but never the Mincetar. So I think this time around Pink Lemonade can make it work or not. This has to be the question of the century, but now it's gonna be a little bit of hit coming in. Sayla back into the picture. Cassette trying to go in, trying to go for the damage. The cables are in, not much of a damage he can deal. Have the buff, but hey, she's going back
Oh,
again. One more hit. Oh my goodness, horse blood, but she will be chasing her life back instead.
definitely a lot of damage from the Fanny in the early game. Takes down the Alucard, but of course gets taken down herself. So yeah, not a valuable trade I would say. But yeah, they still got away with that red buff. So I guess it was pretty even. At the same
Mhm.
time, the lane matchup is definitely working in favor of Powerpuff Girls as they are just winning out both the lanes. CC is dominating the Ruby, meanwhile Nathan as well dominating the Minsita. Like these Powerpuff Girls are definitely having control, but okay, might be some issue here with the network of Luna. She walked right into the turret and she died there or something, right?
Yeah. I think if they call for a pause, of course we're gonna be giving them a pause. But meanwhile, we're gonna be seeing some soup cooking here into the turtle side. There's gonna be a poke coming through. The CC trying to get in, dealing out a lot of damage with the spin coming through with the ruby, taken down very low. The flicker being popped again. That's interesting coming in from Cosette, able to grab the turtle as well as the kill. Eternal Gordon got the core members of the backline trying to grab more. Sayla might be in trouble. Doesn't have the heal and the flicker, able to walk away, but that's entropy being popped again. It's just for survival, but damn, oh damn, Powerpuff Girls, they are trying to find everything out there, but Irie taken down, Sayla with the trade, but still in favor of the start of Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls are definitely showing what it means to play a perfect game, and right now, look at the way they are having a perfect game so far. Jungler has 2 kills, lanes are dominating. Of course, the only one dying there was Ari, but of course that hook from Lal Ruati was pretty good as well. Luna, on the other hand, she's definitely struggling. She was definitely struggling in the early game, but let's see if she can make a comeback because her team have still held on pretty good in this match, even without her presence. But now, Lal Ruati could have been in trouble, but okay, Mikasa, I guess the mana ran out or something, that's why he was not able to teleport there.
Definitely, but that's the way
Wow.
go. Again, the heal, the bloom, not enough. Shayla, my Shayla taken down by Cassette with the cutthroat, but there's gonna be another Ilya gate coming through. Phoenix trying to go in against Luna, able to take her down. She can walk away with that trade. And mid lane for a mid lane, but both the jungles able to grab those kills.
Yep, both the junglers are grabbing out kills, and of course, look at Cosette as well. She's on 3 kills, meanwhile Phoenix is on 2 kills. And Cosette right now does not have, what does she? She does not have the red buff, blue buff, so she won't be engaging onto the Ruby. And the thing is, on the other side, except for this, side laners are the main counters here for the side of Pink Lemonade. But the thing is, side laners don't really participate in a lot of team fights in the early game.
Yeah.
So for that reason, Powerpuff Girls are definitely having advantage because they're just ganking the mid laner and the roamer. And with that, this is the second turtle coming up. Let's see who decides to go first. It should be Powerpuff Girls. They have more farm. They have, of course, zone control as well. The only okay. Fosse decides to go in. Can go in for the Florin. And with that, my goodness, Fosse with those cables takes one down. And the other kill secured as well by Ari. And that is a good team fight coordination being shown here by Powerpuff Girls. Oh my god, Phoenix coming in with the red tree. Getting that turtle as well. My goodness, out of nowhere he arrives, and now Cosette wants to go in, it seems. But does she have the cable? She does not. She does not have the cutthroat, and she will be the one getting taken down. Zenny comes in as well. Phoenix will fall. Lal Ruati with the King's Calling. Irie might be very, very low. She gets taken down already, and Zenny is able to escape barely. And Prime Mikasa on the other side taking towers. Meanwhile, bot side as well. Diane, the Shariva is also taking down towers, but yeah, of course, we do not have attack speed with the Ruby, so she might not be able to chunk this down.
Man, I think that was a very, very messy team fight coming through from both sides. But you know, Vexana onto the Skyface are not really the best choices because you kind of mainly go for the supporting kind of role rather than the damage because you kind of don't have one. But onto the bottom side, Dion might be in trouble. Jenny with the current course trying to go for more. That's gonna be a stun. Eternal Garden not connecting onto her. She can walk away though. That's entering Cosette. They're trying to go for more. A kill onto Dion as well. The bot being picked up again, and the curse that's gonna be one more kill down to the heads of the side Powerpuff Girls. One gang was all it takes, and it is all in favor of Powerpuff Girls. And kudos to Zenny trying to survive all of those onslaughts, and I think it's kind of, a mess up under the skills coming through with the side of Pink Lemonade.
Definitely, it seems to be the case. Pink Lemonade here are kind of suffering, and yeah, honestly, the Fanny is definitely doing much better than yesterday. Yesterday, she was definitely missing a lot of cables, but tonight is definitely a better night for Cosette here. And with that, some engage 2v1 happening in the bottom side. Zenny will get deleted instantly. There was no way she would have escaped a 2v1, and right now Cosette seems to be looking for a hunt. Who will be the one though? The prey that she's looking for. Okay. Did not really connect onto Shayla there. She's definitely always looking for Shayla or Sai.
Yeah.
And now Lazuati is arriving to the scene. Okay, 2 frontliners who can counter the Fanny. Oh my god, Luna gets pulled. And Luna will fall into the hands of Diane. With that, another one falling as well. Irie decided to save her. But okay, that was a bad entropy from Mikasa. And Mikasa will fall as well. Entire team almost getting wiped out here. Zenny coming in with a clutch play. Might be going in for the curtain call. But will there be enough damage to take her down? Cosette missing some cables here and there. Still not enough energy left. And that is 4 members down just like that. Pink Lemonade taking back the control of the match, pouncing on the mistakes of their enemies, and Powerpuff Girls left wondering what went wrong.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm actually wondering for the side. Hey, oh, Cosette!
Oh my
Wow! That's a vengeance, man. That's definitely a vengeance from Phoenix. You know, he doesn't really have the retribution, and yes, he did steal out to this turtle from Cosette the first time, so this was a
Yep.
response. But right now, Phoenix with the retribution onto the quick trail, so he can try to go for a steal. But the team is there into the vicinity, but the Powerpuff Girls able to secure that blue buff into a perfect combination. But still, onto the mid side, there might be a little something here, but not so much. War X already taken by Diane onto this Ruby, so she might be tankier than ever. She can be the main frontliner they want her to be. But the thing about Powerpuff Girl is that they have a 2 damage dealer as well, which is Jenny. She's a walking DHS Demon Hunter sword, so it can be very worthwhile. But the blue, oi, I think there might be something to the bot lane though.
Could be possibly something happening in the mid lane. Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen though. But yeah, I think that the Fanny could have taken that buff if she just pulled that buff inside the bush, right? But I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. It was a very bad move. Oh my god, lot of damage
Oh,
on the
see that?
Fanny. Gets terrified. Almost getting caught there. Phoenix jumping in.
Eh?
Right target. Oh my god, Cosette survives. Silver of HP. Oh, King's Calling coming in. 2 members inside the King's Calling. Both will be taken down. Zenny left all alone. A lot of damage being taken here. Vengeance popped off as well. But look at Lal Ruwati going in for the buff drop. Another one could be coming right up. Maniac could be a savage here for Lal Ruwati. But Lal Ruwati will get taken down. Shutdown secured. Their entire team gets wiped out instead. My goodness. What a bloody fight that was. Cosette comes up with a triple but does not survive long enough to defend the towers. And with that, Pink Lemonade are definitely, they're ahead in terms of farm. And they are getting more structures across the map. And the most important ones, of course, the mid lane is completely cleared. And right now, Phoenix is probably looking for some more. But yeah, he decides to back off at the right time. And understanding that the enemies are also, coming up. And yeah, with that, they can go for the Lord actually.
Definitely, and the steal onto the blue buff is definitely important here. But I also wanna, oh wait, was that a flicker? Okay, at the end there was an overreaction, but I think she was like a better safe than sorry. But yeah, one thing I would like to mention is that Cosette was able to grab all those kills without the blue buff. That was a very cool outable. It was impressive as well. But on the other hand, though, Lalurati, the engages was almost always perfect. She flickered in, go for the King's Calling, and get those hooks on the perfect member as well, and so you can even trade it out. But never mind, look at that!
Oh my god, that was a bad one there. But oh my god, look at the damage! Oh my god, Vixana! The burst damage from that Sky Piercer was coming in as well. And now Phoenix arrives to delete every single person. Flicker being used here by Mikasa. Phoenix still goes in. Phoenix with the tower dive. Phoenix gets a double! And Phoenix! The Alucard monster right here. The girls who like potatoes here. Creating havoc. Powerpuff Girls are completely stunned.
Damn man, that was a good initiation. Lalruati, it was actually perfect that she was able to pop out the King's Calling. Or dare I say Queen's Calling, just saying. But yeah, it was the entrance coming from Phoenix was on the perfect time. She knew that there wasn't any kind of resources available for the type of Powerpuff Girls, and
Uh-oh.
she knew that she got the damage too, so that was on a perfect situation. Onto the side though, Lalruati trying to chase away the Fanny from her own purple buff. A Fanny without purple buff is a very starving Fanny.
Oh my god. The way Ruwati just used that King's Calling. But yeah, now they have to defend this, and it should be an easy defense, of course, because of the blast coming in from the Holy Blessing. And now they have to deal with the rest of the minions coming in as well. And yeah, Lal Ruwati is actually. I mean, see, we call it King's Calling, but yeah, right now we'll call it Queen's Calling because it's Lal Ruwati. Yeah, Queen's Calling. Very nice there. And Lal Ruwati, of course, taking down all the things that she's supposed to do. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this Mincetar goal lane. But okay, right
Yeah.
now, Corset running out of the energy too quickly. Curtain call coming in from two members. Saize is able to heal them up, but now Phoenix wants to go in for the kill, wants to go in for two, wants to go in for three. It seems, but no, this time
Oh!
around he's stuck too long inside the tower. Can he still survive? A lot of damage being done as well. Corset gets a shutdown, and with that, Lalruati as well. With the King's Calling, no, not the King's Calling yet, but yeah, of course, dealing a lot of damage with the Gok here, and Lalruati could be getting caught here. King's Calling finally coming in, Kusat gets stopped, and Corset could be falling here. One more hit. Lalruati does not get that kill. Corset able to survive thanks to the Rose Gold. But yeah, 15 to 19 the score, and things are looking still in favor of Pink Lemonade.
Pink Lemonade trying to go for
Wow!
Lazruati, not able to survive without the Queen's Calling. So that was gonna be the main cut through it here. The damage already sets in for Cosette. Already 11 kills ahead. And she will be able to grab that. I think it was a perfect amount. She does have a lot of gold into her hand as well as the damage is true. Trying to go for a purple buff right here. Retribution. Oh, wait, too early. There's gonna be a hook coming through as well as entropy again. Cosette taken down. The bloom a little bit too late. Dean might be in trouble here. The curse of blood connecting on the three members. Jenny grabbing one more kill. Mikasa on the other side grabbing the kill of the Florian as well. Trying to go for more. Phoenix does have the damage under her hand. That's gonna be another jump. Mikasa taken down. That's one more she got to deal with. But it is a CC we are talking about. Jenny with the heal, she will be able to walk away from all of those blood spots.
Yep, and with that, Phoenix is coming in clutch once again. Always the last guy to pick up those kills. Very nice timing of engages, and of course, Cosette there. Did you just see the retribution? It landed on the small buff actually, not the
Yeah.
big one. That was
Yeah,
so
that
funny.
was. It was. I
Uh-oh.
mean, you have blind man. Oh,
Yeah, curtain call being used here on Sheila. Jenny still walking in. But now King's calling, Queen's calling from Lalruati. Will get Jenny. Phoenix arrives. Phoenix uses his ultimate. Wants to go in for member. But yo, he doesn't want to go in because, of course, oh my god,
Eh?
Phoenix being very, very cocky right now. And with that, Pink Lemonade are trying to go for a lord, and this should be a very easy lord here because the enemies have lack of members, so there should be no contest coming in. But yeah, let's see if another retribution battle can we see between the junglers. Okay, Penny decides to go and push the far side, which is of course a good thing to do. But yeah, they still need to deal with the lord which is coming in, and for that I feel like Mikasa definitely has to step up the game.
yeah, definitely. She got to have a very, very good position here because this time around, I don't think it's into the hands of Cosette anymore. It's definitely into the hands of Mikasa right there. She's gonna be the main damage dealer, and of course, she already got those items that's required, but not the Holy Crystal just yet, which is one of the most important right there for Anatan. And you kind of, hey, Cosette.
Oh, the rose gold gets procced off. That's an important resource burned. She has to be careful the next time she engages, otherwise she'll be getting instantly deleted. But yeah, with that, okay, Queen's calling not coming up yet. Cosette trying to clear it all down, and yep, Lalruati might look for a hook. Onto whom though? Okay, Lalruati with the King's calling goes in and finds one. It's Adi, wrong target. There could be a curse of blood coming in, connected onto four members. Easy stun there, lot of damage being done. But look at Lalruati. Lalruati is still surviving. Phoenix might go down here. No, Phoenix goes down into the hands of Prime Mikasa. And that is the defense. But man, they have lost two towers. But they got two kills as well. But yo, that is not enough. You needed to defend those inhibitors. And now things will be definitely going in favor of Pink Lemonade. Zenny is going in. Zenny with the curtain call. Lalruati trying to escape. Shariba as well. Diane trying her best. 2v1, lot of damage being done here by Ari as well. Shala arrives. Shala does some damage, but not enough. Diane might be going down here. A lot of damage being done. King's calling being placed as well, but that is not enough. Lalruati will fall as well. Double kill coming up for Mikasa. And oh, Zenny still going in. Zenny with the curtains call. One more hit is all it takes. Shutdown secured here by Jenny. On to Shela. And Phoenix arriving. Irie recalling. Very bad position, but oh, luckily Phoenix does not check the push. And that's why she will be able to recall. But no, with that 59, sorry, the gold has already reached across the 50k mark. And the kill score is also the same. But yeah, Powerpuff Girls do not have their inhibitors. So it will be definitely interesting if they can make a comeback from this. These days, taking down an inhibitor is really important, Debbie.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of opening up a lot of ways to try to go in, and of course the law is one of the most important factor. Like you mentioned, 53k is already crossing for the goal here right now, which means that a lot of people will be having the full build already, and it's into the hands of Jenny that she got her hands under those tankiness, but not the immortality just yet. But on the other hand, I think Prime Mikasa kind of really need to build out the Holy Crystal, man. Of course, it's gonna be important that she gotten the heavy divine glimpse because of the penetration. But on the other hand as well, this Alalurati
Oh,
onto the never mind, look at that.
King's
Oh.
Queen's calling being popped off here. Lalrawati with the emote as well. She knew what just happened there. There's no way that
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
stop a Fanny while she's flying. The only time you can stop her is when she lands on the ground. But okay, engage coming in. But this time they survived that. And with that, take a look at that. Phoenix and Diane are already taking down the Lord. Powerpuff Girls are very, very unaware. And Lalrawati gets the Lord taken down. Now there might be engage coming in. Topside needs to be protected. And topside will also fall, it seems. Oh my goodness, they lost
Oh,
a turret
jeez.
just like that. Exposed
Yeah.
from all sides, Powerpuff Girls. The chances of them winning this game are looking very bleak.
Very bleak. The base is completely naked right now. Pink Lemonade, they have the Lord in their favor. They have all the green lights. They have their resources available. It's into the hands of Lalruati to start the fight. The Queen's calling is what we call is gonna be the most important factor right now. I think it's gonna be Cosette trying to go in. That's gonna be a damage and a hook coming through. The Bloom connecting as well.
Oh
And
my
the Fury of
god.
the Fiona is connecting the stun onto 5 members with the side of Pink Lemonade. They are on the chase as well as the run. Fiona is getting close to the phone. One more damage. And Cosette will be able to grab their kills. She
Whoa.
have the wings to fly away. Able to survive from all of those members. Sailor doesn't have the right amount of crowd control to take her down. You want to come back. The Curse of Blood and the Phoenix combination is definitely the one stopping Powerpuff Girl from losing this game.
Definitely the only thing stopping them right now is themselves. But with that,
Yeah.
Prime Mikasa is definitely online right now, dealing a lot of damage, and Irie as well,
Oh.
because when the enemy comes for the team fight, the Curse of Blood just multiplies all the damage. But yeah, she
Mhm.
has to be careful here from that I'm offended, which might be coming in. Diane does not have the flicker, but Diane has the I'm offended. One I'm offended can turn things around here for Eliminate as well. Powerpuff Girls
Mhm.
are depending on Irie, meanwhile, Pink Lemonade are depending on Diane for those setups. At the same time, Dal Ruat is, of course, in another initiator that is coming in really handy, especially with those queens calling coming in at the right time. But for
Yeah.
now, they have to defend their bases, exposed from all sides. Super minions are walking in, and right now, Prime Mikasa cannot really afford to die.
Mhm. If she's down, I think the clearance is gonna be so bad for the side of Powerpuff Girls. So it's gonna be important. Cosette. Nah, she's gonna be okay. I thought,
Mm-hmm.
she could have, fall down just a little bit right there, but she does have the cables to walk away from all of this. So a lot of them is already built up by Phoenix as well. She does have the tankiness, but she also got the BOD. Hey, Cosette. I think you might not want to go in. Like the jump coming through from Phoenix. I think, yeah, you cannot really engage on the Fanny without any crowd control you have, but I think the BOD is gonna be helping Phoenix quite a lot when she joins into those team fights, because most of the time when we see her entering those team fights, it's morely the last part. It's like she's gonna be entering when she knows that all of the resources has been burst down.
Definitely, and right now, Cosette, Phoenix, 1v1 happening. Cosette
Oh,
walks right into the King's Calling. That could be a fatal mistake. Into the backlines, take a look at Jenny as well, dishing a lot of damage. Phoenix as well into the backlines. Lord is very low. Who will get the Lord? Nobody's focusing on the Lord. Lord might be getting taken down here by Cosette.
whoa,
Cosette gets the Lord. Irie gets taken down. Prime
what?
Mikasa will fall as well. Shutdown secured here. 4 members sacrificed. Just 2 members remaining. And even then, the CC is still getting chased. The CC might be able to recall, but take a look at the minions. Minions, lot of pressure being here from both sides, actually from 3 sides. And the minion is coming in. Can they defend it? They do not have the best lane clearers right now. Cosette trying her best to clear the lanes, and that is all that they can do. Minions spawn, but is there enough for the enemies to end the base right now? The super minions coming in as well. Cosette gets a kill actually onto Phoenix out of nowhere, but Queen's Calling takes down Zenny. Shella gets the kill. Now they're locking down the base. Enemy is not present, and Cosette will not be able to defend it. And that is Powerpuff Girls losing out to Prime Lemon. Lemonade. Pink lemonade.
Victory!
Yeah, sorry.
That was pink lemonades. I thought the survivability of this Phoenix onto that Alucard was so amazing. We know that she got the immortality until until the last part, until this Lord fight. But then she was taken down. The immortality got popped, and then she bought the Queen's wings so that she will be able to survive all of that. And we have the Florian already there trying to provide aid, and she got the heal at the perfect time. Of course, they lost out onto the Lord because Phoenix was dead at the moment when the Lord was actually low. She wasn't there for the retribution, but it was so perfect that she was able to come back alive and get all those heal and get back with the life steals that she have. 33% damage, and this is uncanny. This is amazing. But most of the time, I would say the setups are all made by Lalroati onto that Mincital. She doesn't really act like a goal laner, more of an XP laner trying to go for the setups. And I think this is important that you kind of wants to play the fighter jungle as a main setup so that it will be able to give out the damage for your teammate and stop all of those onslaughts that the opponents can bring upon the table. So unfortunate for Cassette. She tried very well. Defending was amazing. I would say even the CZ was perfect on those scenarios, but the damage and the heal coming through for this higher ping lemonade was just too bad, just too much for them to handle.
Yep, and with that, we have come to the end of the second match of the night. We'll be coming back with more action on the other side. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on Wardrobe Games as we'll be back after a short break.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
are the aspirants.
Peace. Hello everyone, welcome
Good
to
evening
the
again, guys. I think we are back here. It was a fun moment that we had for the lower brackets for the start of the game. But now we are back for another two girls' cards that we're having in the Queen's Legacy series right now, presented by Wardrums, of course. We have two of the cards here. These are Thousand Wives versus Star Esta La Viva. Yet again, in the lower brackets, here we are. They're going to be fighting against each other in the best of one series, and who's going to be earning their rightful place in this tournament, we're going to be deciding here. So, alongside me, I'm going to be with Fredo. So, we'll be jumping directly into the drafting phase, knowing how impatient you guys can get. So, we'll be serving you right here onto this drafting phase. Let's see what the draft is going to be looking like because Tarzan Wives, they have the first pick, and Star Esta La Viva, they have the second pick.
Yep. And with that, we can see the picks and bans already taking place. You can see that the Yisun Shin has been banned here, and Kadita and CC on the other side from the side of Estela Viva. Kadita and CC, Kadita, I'm not really sure. Probably they want to pick up a Farsa or something like that. That's why they have banned this out. Even the Eve is also a probable pick from the side of STR. On the other side, Tarzan Wives have picked heroes which are definitely again into the meta. But I'm not really sure about the Zacian pick. I mean Zacian banned there. But do you have any idea maybe why they have banned out the Zacian?
You ban out the Zitian when you kind of want to play a little bit aggressive onto the gold lane side and the jungle, and you want to have a control onto the utility into the map. So this is kind of why they wanted to go for it. But nevertheless, we'll kind of see that they are gonna be opening up a lot of choices for the first pick for the side and wise. But actually surprised that they went for the Florian first pick, which kind of is not really wanting something that we don't usually see. We have seen in the first match, in the previous match, it was a very good hero to go when you have Alucard into the jungle. But this time around, what will be the picks looking like? Because Star Esta La Viva, it's gonna be the Kimi. Yet again, they love this Kimi, man.
Yep. Kimi and Nathan, both of these are magic damage dealers. Kimi into the mid lane, Nathan into the gold lane, and that is a good start, I guess. But now enemy can definitely, okay, so they have already picked up their roamer as well. So there is no way they can pick up a Lolita here. But if they
Yeah.
could have picked up a Lolita, it should have been a very good counter. So yeah, first pick roam is a
Mm.
no go, guys, because you know that if the roamer is one of those roles which counters a lot of picks. So that's why it's always safe to pick the roam as the last pick, and instead go for the jungler first if possible as well. Sometimes if you have the prio picks open, like in this right now in this draft, you can see that Lancer is open, YSS is banned, of course, but you could have
Oh.
still went for the we have Bakshia, Fredgrins. But yeah, look at that, Estela Viva, their draft is looking really solid right now. Meanwhile, on the other side, Tarzan Wives as well, they have a good healing comp on the other side. Good solid frontliners backed up by healer. And with that, they just need two damage dealers to finish it off, I guess. But hey, wait a minute. Is this an Alice jungle
Oh, Elise
or
Jungle.
or a mid lane? Yeah.
Wait, it got to be an Elise Jungle right now because potential from the Khalid already. If they go for a mid lane Florin, then I'm not gonna be a big fan of that. But I think it can work out. But the pick of the boss is neutralizing everything that Tarzan Wife are actually going for because they are all healing heroes, and you cannot really have that when you have a Basha. It's gonna be lessening your amount of heal that you have. So now it kind of makes sense why Star as the Laviva are directly going for the Kimi and the Natan first because they wanted a utility into the jungle. But it can still become a little bit of a flex because the Basha can also roam. But I would really love if the Basha is into the hands of Angry rather than any other else. So it can work out. Green Frog, I think she's more of a setter kind of tank. So yeah, it can really work out if they go for that. But yeah, when you pick out the Bastia, of course you got to ban out the true damage dealer, which is the Xborg.
Definitely. The X-Borg is the only counter that can actually, melt down the Baksha because of the true damage. Other than that, nobody actually creates any problems for the Baksha because he's just too tanky. With that other side,
Mhm.
Tarzan Wives going to ban out their last hero. I feel like what they can ban here is a Matilda or a Carmilla actually because those two are the only bans which can actually create problems. Okay, yeah, like I said, Matilda or Carmilla, and they go with the Carmilla. Because the thing is, if you
Oh,
get connected by a Carmilla's ult and the Nathan and Kimi are hitting you, the damage is just way too much. So Carmilla ban is, I think, justified. But now, STRS Tel Aviv, now they can pick up the Matilda because, of course, Matilda with the mobility can save the backliners as well, and just help in faster rotation. So I feel like Matilda and Farsa is the good pick here for Estela Vivo. Oh, sorry, Farsa not a choice because already mid lane has picked. But yeah, the Matilda should be a good pick here.
Matilda and this kind of combination it could be good. They need a healer as well, and like you mentioned, I think they might be needing a little bit of a heal for their cell as well because you want to go against the foreign too. So Matilda can come through here, but never mind. They wanted to go for the Fovius instead very early. You know what? I think Estella Viva kind of love this kind of combination, man. The Fovius into the XP side and a Kimi into the mid side. But then again, Tarzan Wives, oh my goodness, this is gonna be the debut of a Gore into the mid lane. So this is an Elise jungle we're gonna be talking about. So what can be wait. Fredo, it's still gonna be a flex, right? The Elise can actually go into the goal as well.
Yeah, Alice can go into the gold as well. But like I was saying, I'm not really sure, what this graph is. Oh my God, what? Okay, Alice jungle.
What?
Alice jungle. Okay,
Elise
this
jungle,
is
but
um, this is some weird graph that I've never, I could have never thought of something like this.
never
Tarzan
me
wives
either.
are very, 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 very creative with their draft, I should say.
For the lack of better words, right? They are very creative. Because to the goal side, you have everything, man. You even have the what did I say? Oh, the grandeur because the Eristel band, the Cloud because it can be good against against the Natan if you want to farm up. Tanabe was never on my watch list this season, but we'll be seeing it anyways into the hands of Tarzan Wives. They do have a little bit of a frontliner they can work around with, but I think it's gonna be very very crucial that see Hanabi here in particular can kind of really have to find the right footing, the right position to try to go against this lineup already coming through for the side of Star Estela Viva. Because from what I've seen, you cannot really burst out the Basha, man. The Basha is very very tanky and he'll be having the time of his life frontlining. And of course, he's going to be listening out the heals that you have. So, what will be the last pick coming through for the side of Estela Viva? They have the Roamer. Okay, Matilda. The best option that they could go for is the Matilda, and it's going to be making the life harder for the Hanabi yet again.
Definitely, Hanabi is going to be in a lot of trouble right now because you know that the enemy is going to dive on you and you do not have any mobility skills. And of course, Nathan can always use that ultimate to just burst out the Hanabi. Doesn't matter how much shield he has, because the Baksha is always going to be there for the initiation with the Matilda to take him out as well whenever he feels like he's in trouble. So yeah, Tarzan wives are definitely kind of lacking in terms of draft. But even then, I feel like it is still a good draft because if the God can play it right, then he can dictate the pace
Mm.
of the game. Because you know
Mm-hmm.
that he does true damage. He's always sitting in the back lines. He can scout out people with his first skill. He can, of course, keep poking with his second skill, and I think God is actually something that might work. So yeah, with that,
Till
Tarzan
the enemy
wives,
reaches the
and
battlefield.
we'll be seeing
Smash
STR,
them!
Estela Viva playing against each other. Best
All
of one
troops
though. So
deployed!
yeah, no second chances here. And with that, we're into the game.
Welcome to the game, definitely, because this is definitely important for both of the teams right now. Hey, angry, Brock. They are off to
Wow,
no good. This is gonna be the start of an invasion coming soon. And worst case scenario, Miss Gucci onto the LS is not aware that her red buff is in jeopardy right now and stolen. Oh no, that's gonna be the flights and the wings that will be providing. Oh my goodness, Gucci man. Yeah, that's not the very best reason you want to see. But onto the mid lane though, Meow with Saffron is Leona is doing a really good job in trying to poke out. This is what the presence of the Kimi does to the mid lane. You kind of have to be very careful when you lane against the Kimi because he'll be poking you since the start, and you'll not be even having anything to try to respond with.
Exactly, and that's the reason why the Kimi is, of course, always difficult to lane against. And with that, we definitely have to see what will be the plan of action here for Tarzan Wives. They already lost a buff, and right now they might be losing one. Remember, Coconut had the flicker, he'll be able to heal up as well. But like I was saying, that enemy jungler, the Alice right now, Gucci will not be having the level 4. So she probably has to farm up some extra creeps from somewhere else. And right now she is definitely doing that. But even then, if you look at this, they're going to deny her of this jungle creep. And this small little creep will not allow her to get the level 4. And now they are behind. They're behind by a lot. So yeah, let's see what Gucci will do here. Oh, Gucci!
Yeah, it's gonna be
Gucci!
important. Oi, there's gonna be a start. No ultimate just yet, getting taunted upon. The first jam, Rosareta will be able to grab their kill. Jai still onto the chase, getting stunned upon. Meow trying to go for 4. Does have the heal, but this will be the start of the invasion. Tarzan Wife does not really have the response because blue buff is gone. The red was stolen. The blue again angry will be the chef as of the moment. And no buff left for Miss Gucci right now. They might try to go for a little bit of aggressive just more, but yeah, it's not gonna be a response because Turtle will be absolutely fainted hands of angry.
Oh my god, take a look at that. Salium Sky coming in. Oh my god, traction pulse actually. Sky gets taken down, and with that, once again, Invade coming in. Gucci is definitely struggling. 4 versus 6 is the level gap. With that, NG will take one more to clear it. And the fact is, Gucci has actually lost 2 buffs back to back. It's just 2 minutes and she lost 2 buffs. That is not a good news. Jungler is down by a lot, and the goal laner is definitely struggling. So Tarzan Wives, they have to play a slow game here. It's still not over. They have a good late game potential. They have a Alice, they have a Hanabi. They can still try to make it work. But yeah, for now, things are looking very bleak for them. Okay, they decide to engage onto Angie. That is not a good engage. Coconut might fall here. Lot of damage being done. Coconut, will he be able to escape? Coming in with the... Oh my god, Coconut falls down into the hands of Rosareta. Gucci as well, really low. Does not have the passive. 4 members versus 1. Gucci will fall as well. Bad engage from Tarzan Wives, and Tarzan Wives are really struggling at the moment. Look at Sui going in with the entropy, and a lot of damage being done as well, but it's still not enough to take anyone down. But yeah, they will have to stay inside the tower. They won't be able to come outside it because, of course, STR is having a lot of damage. But now NG could be in trouble here. Coconut going in, but can Coconut have enough damage? They're trying to heal up as well, but there is not enough heal. Meow will get the kill. And so, my goodness, one hit from Florin takes down NG, but look at that, Meow gets a double. One more going into the hands of Shui as well. Now Rosareta arrives, and Rosareta might want to do something. B will be able to maneuver himself out of Rosareta's way. But yeah, that fight is definitely going in favor of STRS Tel Aviv, and they're ahead by 3k gold.
3k gold, and it is a Basha we're talking about. Even though she fell down once, it was in favor of 3 against 1. So this was actually good. No damage whatsoever onto the hands of Orange, onto this Hanabi, which we did not really like. But onto the mid-side Meow with the traction pulse connecting on the 2 members. Gutting trying to get the stun, but it's gonna be just the pokes you have to focus on. But Meow right now might be in trouble because Coconut trying to dive in with the sweep, going in for more. Does have the heal, the Raging Sandstorm, not connecting onto anyone. Back to the backline, Gucci able to secure the turtle, and the boom is coming through with the help. Coconut taking down Rosareta, trying to dive for more. He does have the Inferno Positive, and to the other hand, Gucci will be taking down. Mega kill from Meow onto this Kimi. The Sky Piercer's deck are stacking up, and C will be such a menace already because this is important right now because Green Frog onto the bottom lane trying to go give out a little bit of a drone from Orange, but I think it's gonna be a steal onto the purple buff yet again.
Another purple buff getting stolen, this time by the goal laner, and with that, a lot of goal lead already. Stars Tel Aviv are far ahead, and Tarzan Wives, I don't know how they're going to catch up to this goal lead, but for now, the only thing that they can do is just clear those minion waves because jungle is in complete control of STRS de la Viva. And with that, take a look at that. They're going in for the structures as well. Oh my god, bad positioning from Zai. She will get taken down on the other side. Top lane, tier 1 gone as well. Lot of structures going down. My god, they're using the Raging Sandstorm to get away. Gucci as well. Flowing blood to get out of the way, but take a look at Gord. He won't be lucky enough to survive like them. And now 3v1 in the bottom side. They want to go in for the Hanabi, getting immobilized. A lot of damage being done as well. One more hit might be all it takes. Rosarella does not initiate, does not engage. Right choice actually inside the tower. Did not really have a lot of towers. Oh my god, Zui going in all alone with no trouble because she knows they do not have enough damage to burst her down.
Oh, that is important that they kind of want to go for more, but look at that traction pull. Onto two members, there's gonna be a second coming through for the Hakantana as well. Onto the other hand, there's gonna be the early time diamond. Covenant grabbing that kill. Chewie able to grab the kill onto audience as well. I think this is gonna be a mistake because Angry Card into the midst of it all. Then for the push, Chewie still available. Coconut taken down. Gucci very low. Has to walk away. She does have the bling and surviving that 1-to-1 trade. It's a shutdown for the side of Estela Viva. But it's still two members down for the side of Tires and Wives. So who is gonna be winning now? Because if you look at the goal, Estela Viva, they still have the lead. And this is gonna be an important start for them because now the turtle is definitely gonna be free.
Yep, turtle is definitely free at the moment. Esther La Viva will take that, will take a fight, get the turtle, and get some kills as well. Orange was. But look at Gucci. Gucci trying to his best, but now it's a 4v1 situation. Rosaretta just zones out everyone away from Gucci, and Gucci will get taken down. Meow will get a double, a triple actually. And with that, they're rolling once again. Now they want to go for the towers, and they have already taken down all the tier 1s. Now they want to go for the tier 2s. And this is a very calm and composed game from Estela Viva. They have not lost too many members, just 2 down. And those were, of course, overextensions. But other than that, you know, they have played a flawless game so far. Completely perfect execution. Now they want to go for the top side and take a look at that. They use the entropy as well because Patan can push down those towers really fast, really quickly. And that is what they're trying to do there. Zoning out. Look at that Angie, just zoning out the members as well. Okay, some 1v1 happening here. Let's see who wins it out. Gucci takes the buff and just goes away. She understands she cannot fight against the phobias, which is so fed right now and so far ahead. But take a look at that. Hanabi in a very, very wrong position, might be getting caught here. But oh, luckily she survives. But of course, another tower down. Only the mid lane tier 2 remaining right now. And if this gets cracked open, then it's a go for the Lord moment here for Estela Viva.
Oh man, it's very, very important that at least they got the damage, but nevertheless Rosaretta trying to go for the John under the backline, traction pulls for another John, but yeah, it's gonna be the mid lane turret taken down as well. But you know what, it is already a radiant armor into the hands of the boss. Angry is gonna be very, very tanky, so she is not gonna be taking any kind of damages as well. And of course the true damage is important into the hands of the Gord, but V hasn't been able to buy out those damage items just yet. I would love if she had went for the, you know, glowing one first item. Yeah, let's you know, kind of highlight onto the Kimmy as well. 58 stacks already onto the Sky piece. Leona doing a really, really good job because now she also have the going one. She have the concentrated energy too, and this is important, right? Because you kind of need to stay into the team fight, have that spell and have that heal, so that you'll be able to poke out the damages against Thousand Wives. That the Lord is definitely going to be free right now. A lot of gold lead accumulated. 11k, man, 11k gold lead. I don't see any comeback from the side of Tarzan Wives because the Lord will be coming from the mid lane.
Yeah, I feel that too. Coming from the mid lane, and it's definitely going to crack the inhibitor open here. And they can try their best, but look at that. Minions getting stacked up as well. They're trying their best to take down Gucci, but Gucci will be able to escape with the flowing blood. And from the top side, the Phobia is bringing the waves down as well. Coconut level 9, and on the other side, take a look at that. Meow as well going for the engage. Now all they want to do is take down this tower and go for the base. They're cracking it open from the side lanes. They're cracking it open from the mid lane as well. Where do they try and defend it right now? They defended the mid lane, but another minion wave arriving, and at the moment Rosaretta could have been in trouble. Traction pulse coming in as well. Not enough damage to the bot side though. They're taking down the bot side. Now they might go on to go for the mid lane. And yeah, they're taking down the mid lane as well. Look at that. Complete calm and composed gameplay. One tower down, two tower down. Now they want to go for the third one. Rosaretta is working on that. And okay, engage coming in from Coconut. Very bad engage. Not enough damage. There is not enough damage right now. And now Phobos arriving to the scene as well. A lot of damage being done. Coconut gets taken down. And look at the Nathan still free hitting. Sardium Sky, Oracle, both these items coming up as well. Double kill coming in from Meow. And with that, the minions arriving. They have to defend it. Can they do it? And the god is trying his best, but there is not enough damage to take down the super minions. Monster kill coming up. Unstoppable. Getting taken down inside the base. They recall on their faces and end the base. That is Estela Viva winning against the
Victory!
enemies. Yep.
Man, Tarzan vibes. I think I kind of mainly I was disappointed into the draft coming through into this game right there. The Hanabi is really not a good option, man. Come on, man. You can try to pick out any other heroes. Of course, if you want to go for an at least into the jungle, why not pick out a hero that can carry from the start of the mid game? Of course, the Florin is definitely out there, but you kind of need a mid game carry, a mid lane carry, not the guard. It could have been a very important hero that can be a kill pressure, and maybe there's a possibility that you can go for those high burst. Even the Kagura could work, even the Akadita could work, but the Gorn is really not an option to go for when you are against this kind of competition, man. And I think it's really into the draft, but it is also dependent on to how much of an execution that they have been doing. The that Matilda plus the Batia combination, that is already a cheat code for the winning stuff. I think it's also in that tournament as well. So this time around, I don't think Tarzan Vibes have what it takes to try to beat out these giants right now. I would say they are so good, and the way they are playing the rotation wise, the decision making, the macro, the micro, and of course the winning mid lane as well. Meow, such a good job she was doing, trying to drone out all the members, and she also have the most damage as well. Perfect initiation. But if you look at Shui as well, she was the engages and the entrance that she have been doing was okay, perfectly on point, and that is where the answer couldn't come through. And up to the very last phases, they had accumulated like 12k gold already. There was no way you come back from those gold bit deficit in this meta.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the third match of the night. And we'll be coming back with another one, which will be the last match. So do not go anywhere. Stay tuned on Water Games. Back after a short break.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed, cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.
We are the aspirants.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think you have been waiting long enough, but no, it will be a very, very good one. The wait It's not gonna be without any reason because we are back again for another best of one lower bracket series. We have on to this last game. Flawless Fames will be going against Dekona, guys, and this will be a best of one match, of course. One of these three male squads will be trying to earn their place in this tournament so far. So this is their last chance, as in this is gonna be very important for them because if not, getting kicked out of this. So let's see what they're gonna be bringing onto the table because this time around, I think both of the teams are actually ready. I've seen Dekona guys as well. They were having a very stable performance, but then again, it comes down to what they're gonna be bringing onto the table onto the draft next again because we can see draft holds a very important factor for these teams, especially for the girls team. So let's see what it's gonna be looking like. Yeah, it's showing Tarzan vibes, but it's gonna be Fames and Flawless Fames and Daycona, guys. So let's see what the draft is gonna be bringing for us. A very good prediction as well. But Obsidia banned away for the blue side and the Bane too. These two are very important.
Yep, let's see what the draft is going to look like. We're going to see, of course, the team names not same, but yeah, we'll we'll be getting updated really soon. Right now, we're looking at the draft section. Obsidia getting banned, and on the other, I mean, these guys which are getting banned right now are definitely into the meta. Other than this, Irithel pick, Irithel getting banned here, so feels like the red side, sorry, the blue side might be wanting to go for a Granger first pick or something like that. Even the 1-1 can come up because Irithel is a natural counter for both those guys. So, what do you think is the hero that might come up here, Debbie?
Yeah, I think they have the band away the marksman and the CC, of course, the Irital. This is important. But then again, I think the Kona guys they learned their lessons. The Gato and the Kadita always gonna be banned away. It's important. But one heroes is gonna be completely open right now. Angel. Yeah, Angela. So Angela is very important that you have to be taken away. Man, I think first pick Angela is definitely gonna be out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I'm
yeah,
not really
yeah.
sure. I'm not having the best thoughts about a first pick Angela. And along with that, I am not really sure about if you really want to go for not like if you don't really pick up a 1-1 and a Granger, then what are you banning out the Irithel for? I'm not really sure because it's not like Irithel is uncounterable and like she's unkillable or something. I think it's even better if you keep the Irithel open and if you go for the Irithel Angela combo because you know that the movement speed just helps Irithel a lot, right? So they're not even doing that as well. So I'm really confused as to what Flawless Fams are thinking here. But they go for the X-Borg pick, which is of course a good pick against the Grok because we all know Grok is so tanky in this meta. Not a lot of heroes can actually cause any problems for the Grok, except for of course Mr. True Damage, and of course that's the X-Borg. With that Eve coming up, man, I'm not really sure if the Eve is a good pick here. I think it's decent, but if the enemy decides to go for an assassin, then definitely it's going to struggle.
This is why it's important that you kind of know what the lineup is gonna be looking like because before you pick out your or jungle or a mage. But the thing is, the Kona guys now have a setup. They have a Grok, which definitely can go into the room side, and the combination of the Grok and the Vexana is definitely important. And there we go, like Fredo mentioned, it's gonna be the assassin bringing out your onto their hands. It's gonna be very important that now the Eve is have that good positioning, because if not, the Hayabusa will be feeding onto the Eve. This is an immobile hero we're talking about, and it's just one flicker for survivability, and it have a long cooldown as well, comparison to the shadow kills and the shadows. So now the security is taken away. It's gonna be a hunter onto the side of the Ikona guys already, so they can ban away their heroes right now. What could they remove? A marksman?
Mm, I think the marksman pick would be, I mean, ban would be really good here. They go for an Ixia. Oh my god, what are these? What is? I don't know. I'm not really sure about what they're thinking right now. The marksman
Uh-huh.
ban here, the Ixia. If it is not a target ban, then I'm not really sure.
I think
But
now that I think about it, they can. This is the part where they have to, if they remove or their goal laner again, they are gonna be suffering too because they are yet to pick up their goal lane. So they have to be very decisive this time around because the Kona guys they also have that first pick into the second phase. So Flawless Flames, they will be banning away the glue, which is also an important hero. But I don't think the glue will be much of a threat now that they have the export, not an assassin or a Fredrin. But then again, it's still gonna be safer route that they're taking. So they gonna guys, what can they remove here? It can be an XP laner, it can be also the marksman again. So goal laner in this meta where the goal laner is more likely to be fighters. I think it can also ban away the hero that can be potentially becoming a threat.
Let's see if they will get careful enough though with their picks right now, which is definitely looking really, really, I should say, not so good. But yeah, with that, okay, they go for the Phobius. I think Phobius is definitely a good choice. But again, Flawless Femmes, they have banned out a glue. I think the glue is there. I mean, honestly, Debbie, I'm not really understanding this draft at all. I just don't
Mm,
know what to animal.
yeah.
But it just seems like random things out of nowhere because
Uh-huh.
these are not meta bans at all. So not really sure as to, and I don't understand the players as well, right? So I'm not really sure what to make out of this draft.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking also. But the thing is, you kind of have to remove the best possible heroes. Most of the time when you see the girls playing the tournament, the hero pool is not that big, and it kind of dependent on what they're comfortable on. And if you remove out any hero that is easy to play, it's kind of setting them in a very very awkward position too. So let's see what they're gonna be looking like here because the Kona guys they can eventually pick up their marksman right now. The best choice has to be the Granger if they play the Granger. But yeah, there's no dive actually from Flawless Fame, so they can pick out the Granger, and they cannot risk giving away any kind of gold for the heads of Flawless Fame. So oh, never mind. They wanted to go for the Esmeralda instead. So what could Flawless Fames go for here? 1-1.
Wow. So that was their plan all along to go for the 1-1.
Uh,
They saved it for the end, but let's see if that will work out or not. It does seem like a good lineup to play the 1-1 against. There is not enough crowd control, not enough burst. Even the Hayabusa second skill can get immune. Then we know that Hayabusa is definitely going to try and take him down using the shadow because he's not going to go head on and use that ultimate, right? So he needs to place that shadow, and as soon as he places the shadow, the second skill of 1-1 just cancels that shadow. So that's why I feel like it's a good pick here. Pick here, the 1-1 on the other side. The Khalid as well is definitely strong, good fast rotation speed, good setup potential, and of course very tanky as well. So yeah, overall a good drop I would say from Flawless Fems. But on the other side now, they go for, oh my god, they go for Leslie, which is definitely very underrated pick in my opinion because I've played this hero. I like it a lot. It definitely works against
oh.
any hero if played right because she does true damage. So let's see if this can work against a 1-1 or not.
The last time I've seen the Leslie appear against the 1-1, but
Yep.
to say the least, it was actually 10k gold lead that the Leslie had, so I cannot rule that out. But yeah, we'll be seeing what's gonna be happening here into the Land of Dawn because this is important game for both of these teams. You cannot really get direct knocked out into the lower brackets, man. You wanna have that run for the prize pool that is so so important. I think this lineup is kind of very 50-50 like because they already have the extra for the side of flawless fems and therefore the Kona guys they really pick out the Esmeralda again, so it's kind of a
5
counter
seconds
against a
till the
counter,
enemy
but
reaches the
nevertheless let's head
battlefield.
into the land of dawn,
Smash
ladies and
them!
gentlemen. Flawless fems will be going
All
against the Kona
troops
guys in this best
deployed!
of one series. Both teams are ready, counters upon counters, their combinations are set in. Let's see what they can do.
And the picks are definitely very good, and we can see them already rolling for their buffs. One on the red, another on the blue. Angela scouting out members. Grok could cause her problems. Not enough though, because of course a lot of heal will be there as well. And honestly speaking, I feel like Flawless Fems are having a slight advantage in the early game because they
Uh,
have this Angela, which can, of course, keep ulting. Ult cooldowns are really low. So if they keep on utilizing their early game, pressure, then that is the only way I guess they can win this game. Oh my God! Even with the Xborg around, they still did not get that uh, Bulbasaur. So yeah,
well,
now okay, attention to the goal inside because you can see that Leslie is definitely getting dominated.
yeah, I think it's more of because the Leslie is kind of a weak hero into the starting. But I think they're trying to focus onto this gold quite right now. A little bit of a help coming through from the Growl, trying to go a little bit of a steal. But yeah, definitely gonna be secured by the other side. But the shadows not gonna be landing. The needles will be used to help them purify away all of those shadows. But for a turtle to be up into the top lane, there are so many things to the bottom lane.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, now Hayabusa does have the shadow. There's a wrong position here. First blood security could be another kill coming up. Hayabusa, okay, does not commit yet, but okay, like I said, Leslie, if she plays it right, 1-1 can definitely fall, and there it is. First blood secured here by the Leslie. Keziah is definitely having a good time in the goal lane. And with that, Xbox starting up the turtle. Let's see if they can win this turtle out. Draw coming in as well, trying to create problems here. Who gets the retribution battle is actually Telly who gets it, but with that, Brock could almost fall, but he does not fall because he uses the flicker to get away. But with that, Khalid coming in, trying to go for Oogie Shadow Kill coming up as well. They're trying to heal up, but there is not enough, I guess, damage to take down the Khalid. But the Esmeralda arrives as well. And my god, look at this. Vexana just dishing out so much damage. And the Xborg as well, just forced to back off. That was a good team fight. Dekona guys are definitely showing that they are better at the game.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they kind of use all of the heat that they wanted to use as well, and it kind of becomes a comfort for them. And now the initiation is definitely going to be good for the kind of guys here yet again. The builds are set to end, and look at this. The build so far for the side of Olivia is definitely going to be looking like an ice cream one for a start. I would prefer if she goes for the glowing instead, but nevertheless, we're going to be seeing a little bit of an engage into the bottom lane. Not that fast, but the boots coming out from Kazuya is the rapid boots for the survivability and of course there's movement speed as well. Hey, wait. Tally. Oh, this is Tally we're talking about. Never mind. That's the God Hayabusa, man. How can I forget? She was so amazing onto this Hayabusa this time around, able to get that Hayabusa as well. So I'm really looking forward to what she can do with this hero because looking at the position so far, she have the shadow kill and the shadows.
Definitely, you have to take down, like taking down the 1-1 just once is not enough. So yeah, they have to take down a couple of times. But yeah, with that shadow kill, he definitely has to connect the shadow after the second skill. The immune skill is forced out. Otherwise, there's no way they can take down the 1-1. But yeah, with that very slow-paced game, as we can see so far, nothing, too much of an aggression coming in from both sides. Very passive gameplay. 1.5k goal into the hands of Demon FC. And with that, okay, Rock could be in trouble here. Does not have the flicker. Just one more second cooldown. But oh, he uses the wild charge but does not survive. Philip takes him down. RWM getting popped in as well. And with that, 1-1 will get taken down as well. Philip will fall. And there it is. They have taken down one member for one trade. But yeah, that's a goal laner down once again. So two times. The 1-1 has died. Not a good news here. And if you take a look, the Xbox does not have the shield as well. And with that, the snipe coming in. Baby Macha might fall here. Baby Macha 1 HP and will be falling into the hands of Keziah. And look at Keziah. 201 picks of the Berserker Fury. The core item for a Leslie. And with that, she'll be hitting even harder now. So let's see what will happen.
Yeah, definitely important turtle into the hands of Telly right now. Games is happening in favor for the side of the Telly is gonna be so rich onto this Hayabusa, a level 8 already to a level 6 baby matcha onto this X-Borg. And Assassin having the goal lead against a fighter is definitely saying that you kind of have that goal, you kind of have that damage already. So this is gonna be Telly onto the hunt, trying to go for in a little bit more. But I think it's more of Mariah providing a lot of goal into this, a lot of vision for his team, for her team, that make them have those summerable amount of items and gold. But hey, on the other hand, I think Shay is going for the Thunderbolt, which is kind of questionable because you might want to go for a rush onto those anti heal a flicker. Kazuya, got to be careful, man, against the 1-1. Not really having a good time. But back to the point, you kind of want to build out the anti heal as fast as possible when you are against this kind of tanky. I mean, assassinators. So I think there might be something onto the bottom lane. Look at that.
Mm-mm. They do have D'Angela's ult as well if they ever want to turret dive, but now if you take a look at the damage that Leslie is just doing with this, oh my god, what was that? I don't think the 1-1 expected that at all because she was completely caught off guard there by the damage. And that is only possible because the Leslie has a Berserker Fury. And the Berserker Fury is kind of underrated, your
Yeah.
HP is low. That's when the passive comes in as well. 5% extra physical ATK when you're attacking a hero below 50% HP. So yeah, that as well kicks in, and that's when the crit damage just skyrockets, and that's why hitting low enemies is just even better when you have the Berserker Furies. So yeah, with that, take a look at the scoreboard as well. 1-4 does not show too much, but take a look at the goal. Shows a lot of things. 4K goal lead. That just shows Dekona guys have complete control of the meta. Of the macro part, and that's why look at that, zoning out the members from the turtle, providing space for the Hayabusa. And with that, okay, Khalid decides to go in and buy some space as well. He wants to go in for the Vexana. Who gets the turtle? Let's see who gets it. Oh my god, Export coming in with a clutch steal. Hayabusa taken down. And with that, they're going all in now because they have the advantage. Leslie arrives. Might be a good time to back off right now, but they do not seem to be backing off. And with that, do they want to go in?
Oh.
They don't.
That was actually very crucial. That flawless frames, they were able to have that little bit of a turn back around. And yeah, I think this is gonna be the breathing space that they were requiring. But now Olivia dealing a addition amount of damage onto Maria already. But still, it's not gonna be enough. They have to find at least an equalizer. Trying to get all those gold into the hands of Sim for Philip is important because the 1-1 is definitely gonna be one of the main damage sources that they are gonna look for right now. And late game comes, if he gets affected upon, I can see that time and time again. But onto the top lane, there might be a 1v1 situation happening. The ultimate snipe from the bottom lane. Kazuya trying to get the zone away and a little bit of a vision perhaps. But hey, Maria is in the vicinity though. You see, is in trouble. There is gonna be always a help coming through.
Yep, look at the 1-1 trying to activate the ultimate, but before she can do that, the Leslie just outranges her and she will get taken on instead. But oh my god, our developing popped up as well. A lot of damage being done here. Export goes in with the last insanity, but that is not good position. Now the Export might be falling instead. Oh my god, suicide mission. Flawless frames are definitely not having a good game. Meanwhile, look at the Hayabusa and the Esmeralda. They're pushing down towers as well. So even with outnumbered situation, they're not able to make things work. Dekona guys are definitely playing much better for now, and I don't know. There seems to be no way that Flawless Frames are making a comeback. Oh wow, look at that! Even the hard card cannot save the 1-1. 1-1 is definitely struggling.
That's the passive, the little sword from Kazuya. It's true damage, but Maria with the wall flicker not coming through. One more hit, and that's gonna be the Angela King taking down the last insanity into the back. Maria will be taken down as well. That's gonna be the casualties, but Kelly tried to go in, just land onto that instead of kill, trying to go for one more hit. It's gonna be enough. Kelly getting a solo kill onto baby Matcha here right now. All gain across the board for the side of Dekona guys. Definitely wanting us to watch what they are doing here. Another settle not landing the ultimate snipe. That's for the Joel, and I think this is gonna be the good time to start for the Lord, and I think Flores Fames will not be having the time of their life or even go for the contest onto this Lord.
Definitely not having a good time at all. And yeah, with that, let's if you take a look, Flawless Fems, they're sitting on 3. Meanwhile, Dekona guys on 10. All towers of tier 1 down as well. And look at Leslie already having Berserker and BOD. Those are the core items. Of course, Endless Battle will come up soon as well. If they get the Endless, then that is going to be trouble. And I mean, the way that she is snowballing, I feel like a Sky Piercer should also be a very good, item to go for here because she's sitting on 603. But try and abuse the passive as well because you're getting all those kills.
Yeah, that's why it's important that you kind of know what the teams are, what the skills sets coming through for your opponents as well, and you kind of have to understand what the cooldown is there too. But looking at the build so far, already at a little bit of tankiness coming through for the side of Mao, and I really like the build set that she went for also. Let my be engaged! The tectonic charge coming through onto one person. Mayuki does have the flicker walking away, but the Lord was gonna be handled onto the bottom lane side, so no turrets, no turrets taken down for the side of Flawless Prime just yet, but for how long? That's the question, because they are in a position where they are so behind into the goal. Look at another engage with the Eternal Golden coming through. Flicker for Olivia to survive, but that's gonna be too resources being burned away. Got like Zia with the ultimate sniped, and the lethal ignition. The lethal sword will be able to grab that kill. The Deathly Ground's doing a really good
Oh my
job.
god.
One more shot, Zia is going rampant. She does have the damage. Mao able to grab a kill on Matcha again. Mayuki cannot really do anything at this point. They are merging into the mid lane.
Yep, the Leslie is just dealing too much damage. One more hit, Ford is trying to go down. And with that, almost wiped out here. It's only the Khalid standing. Khalid one more hit, and yes, he is down as well. It's a wiped out, and they can go for the end from the bottom side. But oh, they did not have the minions. The Golden Shield will be able to protect them for now. But yeah, Dekona guys are definitely far, far ahead. 11,000 goal lead at the moment. And with this kind of goal lead, there is no way that the enemy can, take a comeback
Hmm.
unless you definitely make a huge mistake. So Dekona guys just have to just wait for the Lord, and then the next one they can definitely win.
Exactly. This is why it's more important that you win the early game against the uh, Leslie, because if she's farmed, you're gonna be getting one shot anyway. So the thing is, at this point of the time, flawless Rams, they are made for the early game combination, but they do not have that anymore. When you have a fighter into the jungle, you kind of want to have that snowball. You kind of want to have the time to get those tankiness on time, but they really did not have that. Just three bills onto the hands of one, and already a lot of damage already built up for the side of the Leslie game. 10k is what she have onto the goal, and this is gonna be a lot of goal deficit for the side of the one stream for Philip will not be able to dish out the damage required. And of course we have the Angela with the fleeting time, which doesn't really work. You kind of want to build out the CDR, the talisman, instead of the fleeting time, because the fleeting time does not really work for an Angela anymore. Come on, man. You kind of know, you kind of have to, be very, very disciplined onto the build as well. But the Lord is already taken down by Dekona, guys. Yet again, this might be the end of the road. This might be a potential, and if they go for a good setup, which relies onto what Mariah can do with the Grok, which I do not doubt they will be able to find the end.
Definitely, a good setup from Mariah can turn things. I mean, not turn things, but do the obvious. Just end the game for their side because one drop ult can definitely turn things around. And with that mid lane coming in, they're seeking the minions as well. That is good show of the macro sense right now from Dekona guys. Dekona guys want to go for the end. They're bringing the minions in sync from all lanes. That is good stuff here being shown by Dekona guys. Let's see how they play the game right now. They're trying to do their best to defend Flawless Fames, using everything that they can. They're losing towers, going the mid lane. Take a look at that. Esmeralda all alone. And with that RWM getting popped in as well. But is there enough sustain? There is not.
Oh!
Rip will fall down. And so might one more member coming in with Khalid. But look at that. Leslie's positioning is way too good. Nobody is touching her. And she's just free hitting everyone. That's why she can get one more kill as well. Now Khalid going in as well. Okay, where comes? Sorry, but this won't be the end because we're gonna see Flawless Frames still play on for a while. But yeah, some minions coming in though. Let's see if they can defend the other one as well.
That's why it's very important that they will be able to start, yeah, clear. But the thing is, it's still gonna be hard. They don't, even though the one is a good marksman, he is not good in clearance. And the thing is, he's already dead again, and this is important. You have to protect your marksman at all costs into the later part of the game. But the thing is, they don't have those inertia, they don't have those tankiness required to protect their marksman as well. And the fact that they do not really have the best of the clearance as well is definitely hitting them onto the behind. And then again, it is more into the favor of Kazuya onto this Leslie, right? Because he deals out this out a lot of true damage with the passive that he have with the little sword, and she's been melting out the frontliners time and again. And I don't think even the Khalid have the time of her life able to go in, not with a full HP. She's been always poked down and melted down quite a lot. And now the Lord is already clear, but the inhibitors are all gone. The super minions are diving in. All the lanes are in trouble and they don't have the manpower, female power, to try to clear it out because they are so less in number again. And the fact that they do not have the best clearance is gonna be, I think it's definitely in favor of the side of the Kona guys. I don't know what they can do here exactly though, because their position, the way they are actually trying to go in and go out is just too much. And the fact that the Kona guys already have, man, now that I think about it, it's just it's important that they will be able to find the clearance. They will be able to find the perfect targets. I think all of the side of the Kona guys are still alive, so it's like they're actually ready. But are going to be having a little bit of a pause because of the lag issues or the players issues. Of course, we want to provide all our players the best of the connectivity. We have an allotted time of 3 minutes pause, which we can call upon because the game can be resumed anytime soon. But the thing is, flawless femmes, they don't look like they'll be able to defend this at all because if you look at the minions, the Lord minions, it is a super minion, a very healthy minion. And all of their members, I mean, some of their members are still down. The death counts, the death timers are still up. And yeah, I don't think they'll be ready anytime soon. But we'll see what they can do. The best clearance is what is going to be needed right now.
Yep, and with that, we're back in action once again. They need to clear the lanes, and the enemies are backing off as well. But yeah, this is a very hard defense that they've done. 3 towers are down, and we know what happens when you lose inhibitors. The game gets very hard because, of course, you're going to face super minions. Meanwhile, enemies do not even need to look at the lanes. They will be getting cleared themselves. So yeah, it's going to be really difficult now for a comeback. And so, let's see if Flawless Femmes can make something happen because Dekona Pepsi are definitely, Dekona, Dekona guys are definitely
They're gonna Pepsi.
having, yeah, they have a Pepsi in their logo, so that's why it's looking very weird. I mean, it's always Dekona Pepsi.
Pepsi. Let's see what if they are, the ambassadors of Pepsi or not, but they are actually playing like a very good squads here because their discipline is uncanny. They could have gone for a brute force. I mean, they could have brute force their way into the base when they know that the one is already dead. They didn't really go for it because of course the pulse actually stopped them a little bit. But they also know that if they lose out even one of their members, the goal lead or the map pressure that they have can eventually move back, and flawless farms might be eventually having their breeding space and have the farms that they need, and they don't want that. They want to maintain the goal lead that they have and not lose out anything, which is 10k right now. So the Lord is what they wanted to focus on, and the Lord they will, because this is an evolved Lord already, a lot of chunkiness into the Lord, a healthy Lord indeed, and they want to use this to end the game at one go, and they will be able to do so because no contest whatsoever coming from the set of flawless spams, because of course they have Maria, which is a grog. 2 item grog already is a very tanky tank, but 3-4 items grog, yeah, you can't kill that guy anymore.
Yep, even with an export, it gets really hard because he has so much HP to deal. You have to deal all those HP, and now we have Dev Esmeralda as well. So yeah, dealing with 2 members at the same time, which are very tanky, is definitely tough here. But with that, the only way, I mean, there is no way. There is no way. There is no only way. There is no way. But yeah,
The one
no,
way.
yeah, the one way. Top coming in. There might be just one more out taken in the game. Look at the
Backline?
1-1. Struggling a lot. Kera, okay, deleted already before I could say anything. And with that,
Yeah,
Immortal
deleted.
defeats the With that, base getting locked here by Kezia, and with that, Kezia with the last snipe on the base gets that win here for Dekona guys. Dekona guys, their
Victory!
win.
Take on a guys Pepsi, yeah, for the win right now. They're able to grab this best of one series, able to mark their legacy in the Queen's Legacy series, of course. They're able to find their way through again. Now the lower brackets is where they're gonna be shining, trying to come up to the top yet again. But yeah. A lot of damage already into the hands of Kazia. The early game, she wasn't the one who was aggressive. It was actually Sim for Phillips who was aggressive, and the aggressiveness did not pay off because he wasn't able to grab a kill onto Kazia at even once 40% damage. Come on, man. I think Leslie is gonna be the new rising star of a hero for the side of this tournament in particular. But yeah. It was also all in good hands. I mean, it was definitely in good hands, the hero. I mean, so I think the setups, the macro, the micro, the positioning, the priority, the everywhere they were, the kind of guys had their eyes upon the star, the set. You know, they wanted that win, and they're gonna be grabbing their win. And I don't think there wasn't even a contest coming through for the side of fame. What the hell, man? Flawless fame.
Yep, today they were very, very flawful. They had a lot of flaws tonight. But hopefully they will come back flawless once again. And with that, that's all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of tonight's stream. We have the last match, and Dekona guys have won it. We'll be back with more action tomorrow. Queen's Legacy series is far from over. More rounds left, more action coming. Better teams will be playing. And with that, good night, everyone, and good night, everyone who's watching. To all the queens.
Carved in blood and bone, my power is undying. Blessed? Cursed? What difference does it make? I walk a path few would dare follow. I am the harbinger of bone.